Chicago and the Philippines. A comprehensive review of the week's special community events, featuring many exciting personalities, handled by the most professional Chicago Philippine Reports TV staff.
38 Filipinos are currently bound for Lviv, a city in the westernmost portion of Ukraine near the Polish border. Many of them came from the capital city of Kiev, but instead of the usual 9-hour travel time, they have spent almost 20 hours inside a bus.
Hindi kami nakaka-abante po ngayon. So, ayan, stuck lang po kami. Parang every 10 minutes, galaw ng konti, ganun. So, sobrang bagal talaga siya. Halos lahat naman po, mga private cars, mga buses, yes, families po. Sobrang dami talaga, sabay-sabay na umalis. Kaya sobrang traffic.
Other Filipinos like Madeline are also planning to leave for Lviv within the day. She was unable to join the first batch due to the traffic situation and the lack of transportation going to the agreed pickup points. She also admits feeling a little hesitant about leaving her job as a cook for a Ukrainian family.
Sobrang nanghinayang, ma'am, kasi napakaganda ng lugar na to. Unlike sa ibang bansa na kasi maayos yung mga tao dito. Okay ang pagtrato nila sa mga workers, lalo na sa akin.
According to the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, 100 Filipinos have so far registered for repatriation, which is being handled by the Philippine Embassy from Warsaw, Poland. But the Philippine government is still hoping to hear from more Filipinos, estimated to be around 380 all over Ukraine. Philippine Defense Secretary Delfin Lorenzana said they are monitoring the developments in Ukraine, adding they are ready to help other agencies like the Foreign Affairs Department in getting Filipinos out of Ukraine.
The main challenge at this stage is convincing our kababayans to come home.
Claire married her Ukrainian husband in 2019. They live in Kiev, but relocated to Lviv before Russian airstrikes began. They were planning to leave for Romania, but can no longer do it after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky imposed martial law in Ukraine, which meant that all male citizens aged 18 to 60 will not be allowed to leave because they might be tapped to fight alongside the Ukrainian military.
It's really painful. I mean, sobrang bigat. Because right now, he's the only family that I have here aside from his family. And of course, I'm worried about our friends na naging family na rin. But at the end of the day, he's my husband. I will stand beside him as much as I could. Hindi ko siya iiwan in this situation.
Zelensky also appealed for civilian and international support for the Ukrainian military and medical volunteers. Although Russian airstrikes targeted military installations and airports, civilian houses were also hit. On its official Twitter account, the Ukrainian government posted a caricature showing the German dictator Adolf Hitler and Russian President Vladimir Putin, saying it is not a meme, but a reality. Zelensky also addressed Russians who oppose Putin's war, as hundreds of anti-war Russians also gathered at St. Petersburg to speak out against their president's attack on Ukraine. Foreign Affairs Secretary Teddy Locsin, who is already in Paris to attend a forum, will go to the Ukrainian border to personally oversee the repatriation of Filipinos. Some Filipinos bound for Manila, however, had their flights canceled. OWA says it is important for Filipinos to get in touch first with Philippine authorities.
Yes, may traffic kasi maraming lumilikas out of Kiev. But that should not be a hurdle. Siguro may mga 2 to 3 hour delay. Pero makakarating at makakarating sila.
Filipinos who will sign up for the flights home will receive support from the Philippine government, including financial, employment, and livelihood assistance.
Putin chose this war, and now he and his country will bear the consequences.
U.S. President Joe Biden unveiled harsh new sanctions against Russia on Thursday after Moscow launched an all-out invasion of Ukraine, imposing measures to impede Russia's ability to do business in the global economy.
We've now sanctioned Russian banks that together hold around $1 trillion in assets. We've cut off Russia's largest bank, a bank that holds more than 1/3 of Russia's banking assets by itself, cut it off from the U.S. financial system. And today, we're also blocking 4 more major banks. That means every asset they have in America will be frozen.
Biden said the sanctions were designed to have a long-term impact on Russia and to minimize the impact on the United States and its allies. And he said Washington was prepared to do more.
This is going to take time, and we have to show resolve so he knows what's coming. And so the people of Russia know what he's brought on them. That's what this is all about.
His announcement represented the second major tranche of sanctions against Russia, and Biden warned personally sanctioning Russian President Vladimir Putin was still an option.
These powers will enable us.
Adding to the latest round of Western penalties, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson unveiled new measures targeting banks, members of Putin's inner circle, and the very wealthy who enjoy high-rolling London lifestyles to, quote, maximize the economic price Putin will pay. Adding Putin will be condemned by history.
Now we see him for what he is, a blood-stained aggressor who believes in imperial conquest.
What wasn't part of Thursday's tranche of sanctions, cutting off Russia from SWIFT, the interbank messaging network that is the backbone of international finance.
The sanctions that we've proposed on all their banks are of equal consequence, maybe more consequence than SWIFT, number one. Number two, it is always an option, but right now that's not the position that the rest of Europe wishes to take.
Describing Thursday's onslaught as a dangerous moment for Europe, Biden said he authorized troops that have been placed on standby to deploy to Germany to defend NATO allies, stressing that Putin's actions have made him a pariah on the international stage.
Putin's aggression against Ukraine will end up costing Russia dearly, economically and strategically. We will make sure of that.
36 years after the Marcoses were chased out of Malacanang by the 1986 People Power Revolution, Ferdinand Marcos Sr. is now hailed as a hero, and his successor, democracy icon Corazon Aquino, the villain, thanks to disinformation on social media. Fact-checking group Check.ph says disinformation sowing positive narratives for the late dictator, while only negative narratives about his successor, democracy icon Corazon Aquino, proliferated.
Positive messaging, pinupuri si Marcos, halimbawa, pinupuri yung actor doon, ay si Marcos 100%. That means, yung sinabi ko, this completes the rehabilitation of Marcos during this election kasi 100, wala siyang negative comments in him. Pinupuri pa siya. Si Duterte may negative, at saka, but look at President Corazon Aquino, zero positive. Fact check, the rest are negative. It's also true of President Benigno Aquino III.
Check.ph is a fact-checking initiative grouping 34 partners from the academe, media, and civil society for the May 9 elections. The fact-checkers rounded up the most shared disinformation from November 2021 to this month, and the results show that among the top disinformation narratives are about martial law, namely that no critics were jailed during martial law, that tales of martial law victims are nothing but rumors, that Marcos loaned tons of gold to close to 200 countries, that Marcos ushered in the country to the modern world, that national hero Jose Rizal did not die and instead lived as a priest Marcos met, and that Aquino pocketed Marcos' Swiss bank accounts.
The ill-gotten wealth of Marcos, sabi niya, hindi raw, wala daw ill-gotten wealth si Marcos, mayaman siya kasi sa kanya yung Italiano gold, at saka may kingdom of Maharlika. These are conspiracy theories. And then nagsisirculate to.
Check.ph says Facebook is the center of disinformation, followed by video sharing websites. Netizens or social media users are the top spreaders of disinformation. Manipulated images and code cards are their preferred medium.
If you look at the number of groups that are sharing this is they're not shared by accident or by innocent person. This is really systematic targeting of the public to view and interact with this information.
The group Movement Against Disinformation has written social media companies to crack down on disinformation.
We are still talking. Ang basically ginagawa nila ay binibigay nila yung mga policies nila, and basically sinasabi nila okay na itong mga policies namin. The community policies are good, but we are contesting their ability to implement those policies, lalo na when we ask them to take down election disinformation and human rights disinformation.
The group's convener says they are preparing legal remedies to compel these companies to end disinformation on their platforms.
Get ready for the ultimate in fresh produce, barbecue, seafood, sushi, and more. Meals made easy. Kimchi with wow. Our dishes make you a star. H-Mart.
This is the future. Forget what you know about currency, commerce, investment. The age of Bitcoin is upon us. And now anyone, anywhere can turn cash into crypto with a coin flip ATM. Booyah.
With low fees and 24/7 support, CoinFlip makes crypto so flippin' easy. Go to coinflip.tech to find an ATM near you.
ViaTimes, vital news, vibrant views for the Filipino Asian communities in Chicago. ViaTimes for your most interesting and exciting reading and your party coverages. ViaTime has very interesting columnists. You name it, ViaTimes has it. Law, Filipino news, dentistry, immigration, humor, serious opinions, health, beauty, mysticism, Bata Corner, showbiz, and intelligently written editorials. Call ViaTimes at 773-866-0811.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of this show. Today, I have two very interesting and young personalities from a very exciting organization named LUCHA, LUCHA, and they're here today to talk to us about LUCHA, which is a very exciting program that involves housing for some ethnic groups like the Hispanic. We will know if some Asian groups like Filipinos can be included in that organization. Welcome to our show, Janece Ortiz, the program's director, and Bryan Oleas. Did I pronounce it right? What is your title, Bryan?
My title at LUCHA is I'm an outreach and engagement specialist.
And guys, very interesting. Okay, first things first, Miss Janece, what is LUCHA and what does it do pertaining to serving the community regarding housing?
Yes, good morning, Veronica. So glad to join you. Both Bryan and I were looking forward to this interview. LUCHA is the Latin United Community Housing Association. Originally, we started in Humboldt Park, continue working in Humboldt Park, serving families and individuals in the community. Currently, we serve anyone who is in need of affordable housing within Humboldt Park and outside. Any resident of the city of Chicago who is interested in affordable housing, housing counseling, or our program Community Alliance is welcome to LUCHA. No matter race, ethnicity, we welcome everyone. We do have individuals and staff who speak different languages, and we're always open to support any individual in need and seeking services within LUCHA.
All right. When you say housing, does it involve all types of housing? Does it involve single family housing or apartments, buildings? What is it? What kind of housing is it?
Yes, so within LUCHA, we are a housing development agency. We do have different units throughout Humboldt Park, and that is studios or apartments for families of more than 2 people. We have families as big as 4 individuals, 5 individuals living within the homes. Along with that, we also have the Community Alliance program, which is a CHA program, and the program that Bryan and 2 other members also lead, where we support individuals who are seeking affordable housing. Say they don't find a unit or a home within LUCHA. There are other units throughout the city of Chicago, and we are spread out again outside of Humboldt Park, preparing those individuals and applying on how to get on the waiting list and learn more regarding Community Alliance and the CHA program. Aside from that, LUCHA also provides the housing counseling program, where housing counselors prepare individuals who are interested in becoming homeowners and need that extra support to learn how to become a homeowners or first-time homeowners. So all of our programs, again, are offered to any individual in the city of Chicago. And something special that, along with LUCHA and many other organizations that support not only the Latin community, Filipino community, Asian, Middle Eastern, anyone who is in need of those extra support or of mixed immigration status here in Chicago, we offer those services completely free.
All right. Bryan.
Yes.
Is this organization just involve seniors or all kinds of individuals and any kind of age groups?
Yes, so we do have quite a variety of different age groups. We do serve people starting from ages 18 to 20 or 21, all the way to more of our senior population, which could be from like 65 and over. And then we do have 2 different, when it comes to the CHA, we do have 2 different wait lists that people could do. They could either do like apply for the family, which family individuals like Janece mentioned. And then also we could cater more for a senior population, which is our senior housing. And then for senior housing, you do have to be at least 60 years to apply, and then at least 62 to be housed. So you could also go around that and actually be housed through at least 55.
How about citizenship? Is there a requirement for the immigration status to qualify for the housing?
Yes. So we at CHA, they do are required to our people or like applicants to be a U.S. citizen, but it doesn't necessarily have to be the head of household. People could use if the head of household aren't like U.S. citizens, they could use their children. They could use their children's social, and then they could apply through that and use their information.
Sponsors. All right. Okay. What are the other required qualifications for the applicants?
Well, that's one of like the major ones. Just you have to be a citizen, and then once you are ready or like interested in applying to that, you do have to go to the website, which is apply.thecha.com, and then right there you can submit an application. Yeah, like one of the biggest requirements or something that we stress highly stress is that you have to have at least an email address. It's very important to have an email address because the CHA, that's the only way that they are contacting people. So once you fully submit the application, the CHA is gonna send you an email saying congratulations for applying, and then after that, every around October or November, they will send out like a yearly notification through their email, and people have to respond, make sure they have to read it and respond to and meet like the criteria that they have.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Brian. I know that the housing construction or buildings are concentrated mostly in the urban areas of Chicago. But are there also some housing open in the suburbs of Chicago? When we talk of the CHA or Chicago Housing Authority, right? It stands for that.
So as we speak about the Chicago Housing Authority, it's only within the city of Chicago. We do accept, the good thing is that we do accept individuals or residents who live outside of the city of Chicago, say they live in a suburb, in a town outside of the city of Chicago. We welcome their applications both for the Community Alliance and any other program within LUCHA, but we currently do not serve outside of the city of Chicago. There are other services within Cook County, within the state of Illinois, that are outside and do serve, that are HUD funded, that do serve individuals outside of the city of Chicago.
All right. How can people apply, or the individuals out there, the Chicagoans, how can they apply to this housing program?
Yes, so for this specific housing program, we welcome any individual online through the website. We also offer over the phone or virtual sessions where our staff like Bryan walks through each individual who's interested in applying and walks them through the whole application, explains the process, explains if the unit or the community they would like to live in is on a waiting list. So certain communities may be on a waiting list. Therefore, Bryan or any of our staff will walk them through that and helps any individual, both in English and Spanish. And if it's any other language, we do live in work in a very diverse community where we're able to support individuals who speak different languages. So we have that option of in-person, virtual, or over the phone.
What are the information for the website and telephone numbers? Bryan?
So the website again is applyonline.thecha.com. That's the official website. And then my direct phone number is 312-463-9830. So that's my direct line. So if anyone has any questions or are interested in applying, they could reach out to either me, or they could actually call LUCHA directly. And then either me or my coworkers, Alejandra and Jane, could assist them as well for applying through the CHA.
Janece, your information? Janece.
Yes, my information is jortiz@lucha.org, or you can also reach me at 773-276-5338. That is the direct line at LUCHA. Both Bryan or I are able to respond to any questions or concerns regarding the Community Alliance program or any other program we serve.
One last question. How old is LUCHA? And how long have you been guys working for LUCHA?
Yes, actually, this upcoming month, March, we turned 40 years. So we've been a long-lasting organization within the city of Chicago. I'm very proud of it. We have grown and are very welcomed by our community members. So we are a long-lasting organization. And in March, we turned 40 years.
Yay, congratulations. Brian, how long have you been for Lucha?
Yeah, I actually just started working last year, so I've been there only for 3 months, but I've definitely learned a lot with the help of my other coworkers, Jane and Alejandro.
Is there is Lucha headquarters here in Chicago? Where is it at, Lucha?
Yes, we are in Humboldt Park in the city of Chicago, right on North Avenue. And our address is 3541 West North Avenue. So we are in the city of Chicago. And again, we have different units throughout Humboldt Park that are under LUCHA and affordable housing.
All right, very good. That was a very, very interesting information that you gave us. And it's nice to know that it's open to all the ethnic communities and to our Filipino American viewers out there. Now you know. And nice meeting you, Janece and Bryan. And give us a call for any developments for what you're doing. All right. And thank you for gracing our show today. Thank you is maraming salamat in our language. Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much, Veronica, for having us on your show. And we look forward to continue working with you.
All right. Gracias. Salamat.
Yan! Dito na! Perfect!
Magandang hapon po sa inyo lahat and welcome to Veronica's segment of the show. Today, I have a couple of interesting guests who will be talking to us about, if you know, or have you heard about CTA? Okay, CTA is being represented by Juan Pablo Prieto, and Axel Hernandez is a student from Loyola University who took his time, both of them took their time to grace our show today to talk about the CTA scholarship given to many students out there. Thank you, CTA. Welcome to our show, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Juan Pablo and Axel. I invited you today to discuss about this scholarship, CTA scholarship for students for the STEM career program, and for the students, giving the students time to make use of their talents in, believe it or not, a scholarship that helps economically disadvantaged CPS students, with CPS stands for Chicago Public Schools, and to pursue the STEM careers and construction and related fields. Not only STEM. STEM subjects. They have to pass the STEM subjects. Well, what's the STEM subject of Mr. Prieto? STE.
Yes, it's science, technology, engineering, and math.
All right. In order for the students to qualify for this scholarship that's being offered by CTA, of course, they must really show good grades, right? Qualify.
Yes. So the students should be in a CPS or CPS supported high school. They should also be enrolled in the Chicago Scholars Program, which is a program that recruits from all 77 community areas of the city, and be enrolled in STEM coursework, have a grade point average of 3.0 and a good attendance record.
I see. And Mr. Axel Hernandez is one of those very lucky but brilliant students that are really taking advantage of this program. And Axel, can you please describe to our viewing audience what you do and how you're handling this scholarship?
Hello, everyone. I graduated from Jones College Prep with a GPA of 4.6 out of 5. I'm currently studying at Loyola University, and I'm taking mathematics courses and business courses. And this scholarship was very helpful for me financially because it supported me in a very positive way, in the way that I don't have to worry about financials anymore. And I'm only able to focus in school because the Quinlan Business School is very rigorous and it's very difficult. So taking that weight off my shoulders was really helpful. So thank you so much, CTA, for the scholarship.
What are you? Are you a freshman or sophomore in the university right now?
I'm a freshman.
A freshman.
Yes.
Okay, is that a full scholarship that CTA is giving you?
It's a renewable scholarship of $5,000.
Yeah, so the scholarship, which is now in its third year, commits to $5,500 per student for 4 years. And we're in total awarding 10 of these. So we started in 2020. We awarded 3 in 2020, 3 in 2021. We'll award 2 this year and 2 next year. And this is funded through our Red and Purple Modernization Phase 1 project, which is RPM for short. The prime contractor, Walsh Floor, committed in their proposal for the project $250,000 towards the scholarship. So we're very thankful for the prime contractor, collaborating with us to create this program.
Okay, Mr. Prieto, that's so wonderful of CTA to be doing that. But how many students are benefiting from this scholarship right now? I mean, this year.
So we've awarded 6 total so far, 3 in 2020 and 3 in 2021. 2 students will be selected this year, and then 2 students will be selected next year.
Are you? Is this only for the Chicago area? Chicago.
So it's for yes, for Chicago public school students, high school students that are also enrolled in the Chicago Scholars Program.
I see. And you just started 3 years ago, and this is the 3rd year, and you will CTA keep on doing this scholarship program, really benefiting a lot. I mean, some of our Chicago students, right?
Yes.
All right, very good. How many students do we have this year?
So we'll be selecting 2. The applications for the scholarship are open, and they're due March 1st. So I know that's right around the corner. So we want to make sure that students get their applications in so that we can make our selection.
What are the criteria for this selection?
Sure. So students must be enrolled in a CPS or CPS supported high school and be part of the Chicago Scholars Program, and then have coursework in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, have a grade point average of at least 3.0 and a good attendance record.
Great, terrific. It's really tough, huh? So, Axel, now that you're enjoying the benefits of being a scholar, So can you you are now in your freshman year, right? Are you freshman or sophomore?
I'm a freshman in
freshman. Okay.
Yes.
Tell us about how this helped you and the benefits, and where are you going for the future, or what your plans are.
So like I mentioned previously, this scholarship has supported me financially because it took a weight off my shoulders. I'm able to focus on my coursework and not have to worry about any financials. What I want to do in the future is I want to be a successful business owner or a manager and administrator in the construction area. And, I'm hoping for the best. I'm working really hard, and I wish that I can get there.
Great, terrific. Mr. Prieto, what is your position in the company? Are you the one that directly handling this scholarship program or CTA?
So I serve as the director of diversity programs, and we have a few different areas of focus, one of which is our disadvantaged business enterprise and small business enterprise program. And then the other is our workforce initiatives, which focuses on finding careers for individuals on our projects, on our contracts. So that's one of the initiatives that we have, is like the scholarship program that is really meant to help diversify the construction industry, right? And give opportunities to students like Axel to hopefully get to a point where he can be a project manager, construction manager on one of our projects. And like he said, hopefully own his own business one day and work directly for CTA.
Yeah, is that one of the motivations for the students after they finish school, they can really have an open employment with the CTA?
Yeah, we would love to have them and others like Axel, as employees for CTA, and then one day hopefully owning their own business so they could participate on our contracts. We really are focusing on, again, diversifying that construction industry, the professional services industry, and the engineering and construction management.
Okay, I'm giving you, Mr. Prieto, one last word before we close this interview to invite some of our students out there in Chicago to join this particular scholarship program being offered by CTA.
Yes, again, we're very excited to offer this. We're very excited to partner with the prime contractor Walsh Floor and their commitment to this. I encourage any student that's interested in the construction industry to apply. You can apply at chicagoscholars.org/elevatingfutures, and we hope to see your application.
Great, terrific. All right, guys, thank you so much for spending your Saturday morning or afternoon with me today on and I wish you good luck. More good luck to you, Axel. You're lucky, and I know you're ultra talented and a brilliant student to really get this scholarship. And Mr. Prieto, I thank you for gracing our show today. Give us a call anytime that you would want our services for the community. And
well,
I
thank you for
a Filipino student one of these days.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us on the show, Veronica.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias. Salamat.
Gracias.
Salamat.
A blessed afternoon to all of you, our Cprtv viewers. Again, this is Pastor Ed from Faith Family Worship Center in Chicago, Illinois. I'm here to share with you just a very short and powerful devotion from the Word of God. I would like to share with you this topic about the knowability and the experience of God. And as our topic says, yes, we can know God and we can experience Him in a personal relationship. Actually, Psalms 34 verse 8 tells us, taste and see that the Lord is good. That is an invitation for us to get to know God, to experience Him, and to have a relationship with Him. Yes, we can have a breathing, living, and dynamic relationship with God. And so the topic is the knowability and experience of God. And I would like to base this from another verse in Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 13. It says, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. And this is a wonderful promise because this is God Himself talking to us. And He is inviting us. He said, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. You see, if we have problems understanding the concept of a supreme divine being, a creator God, a heavenly Father, well, I've got good news for you. God had made Himself known to us. He made Himself available, and He used all available means to let Himself known to us. We can see in nature the majesty and the glory of God. We can read the Bible, the inspired written Word of God. And there, when you go read the Bible, you can see that God has revealed Himself to humanity. And we can also feel it in our heart, in our conscience. Solomon said that God has placed eternity in our hearts. And so there is that sense of eternity in our hearts. God has made Himself known to us. And this verse makes it clear that if we humbly, sincerely, and seriously seek God, we will find Him. See, God is not hiding Himself from us. He has revealed Himself to us when He sent His one and only Son, Jesus. He can be known and experienced in a personal relationship. And that's the most amazing thing about God. He desires to be known by us and for us to experience His love, His goodness, His provision, His presence, His healing. Somebody said a person with an experience of God is never at the mercy of someone who has an argument against God. See, the issue is more than intellectual or mental, but it's the stance of our heart. If we soften our heart and allow God to make Himself known to us by genuinely, deeply, and desperately seeking Him, we will personally experience this all-powerful, life-transforming God whose grace is more than enough to reach the deep recesses of human needs. We can bank on God's promise. He categorically stated, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. So friends, brothers and sisters, let us make it our desire and passion to pursue God and have a relationship with Him. In this life, we cannot go it alone. We are facing so many challenges that we need the strength and guidance of our Almighty Father. God is way more than willing to be there for us when we need Him. God bless you, and see you next time.
gets more fun in the Philippines.
Good afternoon. This is Brigitte, Carino, Cueter bringing you this week's local news from our community. The Illinois Department of Labor is incrementally notifying large businesses in Illinois regarding compliance with the Equal Pay Act reporting requirements. The registration deadline for the second tier of businesses is June 22nd. In 2021, the Illinois General Assembly passed and Governor Pritzker signed legislation updating the Equal Pay Act of 2003, requiring private businesses with 100 or more employees in the state of Illinois to report certain payroll information to IDOL, CPA 101-656 and PA 102-36. IDOL is communicating directly with businesses regarding registration to help them with the process. Building on Illinois' COVID-19 emergency housing assistance response, the Illinois Housing Development Authority announced applications for homeowners financially impacted by the pandemic will be accepted beginning in April through the Illinois Emergency Homeowner Assistance Fund program. ILHAF will provide up to $30,000 in free assistance per homeowner paid directly to the servicer, taxing body or other approved entity on behalf of Illinois homeowners impacted by COVID-19 to prevent mortgage delinquencies, defaults, and foreclosures to keep families safe and secure while they regain their financial footing. Program information and updates can be found at illinoishousinghelp.org. My administration worked more quickly than any other state in the country to distribute over $1 billion to prevent renters and homeowners from losing their housing in the pandemic. And this next phase will provide hundreds of millions more in 2022, said Governor J.B. Pritzker. Come April, residents struggling to keep a roof over their heads will be able to access up to $30,000 in mortgage relief. This funding marks another step forward in our work to ensure all our residents have what they need for themselves and their families. The Council on American Islamic Relations, the nation's largest Muslim civil rights and advocacy organization, called for state and federal hate crime charges for a Maine man suspected of planning to bomb mosques in Chicago. Prosecutors told a federal court judge that the man, who was arrested on February 11th for possession of explosives, planned to carry out bombings at 2 mosques in Chicago. The man also reportedly planned to bomb a synagogue and kill more people until being shot by the police. So far, he has been charged with 1 count of possession of an unregistered destructive device. An FBI special agent told the court that metal items packed inside the devices were meant to increase the shrapnel expelled during an explosion. As a new COVID-19 treatment rolls out across the country, the Illinois Department of Public Health continues to distribute these life-saving therapeutics equitably across the state. On February 11, 2022, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration issued an emergency use authorization for a new monoclonal antibody, bebtelovimab, for the treatment of COVID-19. Bebtelovimab will now join another monoclonal antibody treatment, sotrovimab, 2 oral antivirals, Paxlovid, and molnupiravir, and a preventative drug, Evusheld, in the list of COVID-19 treatments available across Illinois. The newest COVID-19 treatment authorized by the FDA will continue to move us forward as we coexist with COVID-19, said IDPH Director Dr. Ngozi Ezike. While vaccination and boosting are still the best protection against severe illness due to COVID-19, this new treatment, along with other previously authorized treatments, can help keep people out of the hospital. Bebtelovimab is authorized to treat mild to moderate COVID-19 in adults and certain pediatric patients who are at high risk for severe COVID-19, including hospitalization or death, when other therapies are not available. Chicago area students got an exclusive first look at the Field Museum's new exhibition, Jurassic Oceans, Monsters of the Deep, through a partnership with the Field, the British Consulate, and the National History Museum in London, as the show makes its first appearance in the U.S. Jurassic Oceans, Monsters of the Deep takes visitors on an underwater journey to encounter some of the fascinating, fierce, and strange creatures that dominated Earth's Jurassic seas while dinosaurs ruled the land. It opened to the public on February 25th. Students involved with the Big Shoulders Fund, My Block, My Hood, My City, and the Duke of Edinburgh Award International USA got a preview of the exhibition on February 22nd. The COVID-19 pandemic has been challenging for travel and tourism businesses. The leisure and hospitality and travel and transportation industries have consistently been reported among the sectors hardest hit by the effects of the coronavirus. Between shifting public health restrictions, travelers' concerns about the spread of the virus, and the ongoing challenges filling jobs, it has been difficult for businesses in these fields to return to full capacity and stay there. According to the U.S. Travel Association, major metrics like travel spending and hotel bookings only approached pre-pandemic levels this past December, nearly 2 years after the pandemic first reached the U.S. Despite this, some forms of travel have remained resilient and even grown in popularity as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Among these are road trips, defined here as trips between 100 and 500 miles, made in a personal vehicle. During the pandemic, road trippers have found that they can still take vacations while avoiding other concerns like greater potential exposure to the virus or the high volume of flight cancellations due to the Omicron surge at the end of 2021. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our news this week. This is Brigitte. See you next time.
We would like to welcome all of you to Baladna Jewelry. We have a very big selection of 21 karat gold jewelry imported from the Middle East, from Dubai, Saudi, and Bahrain. And we have a very big selection of diamond. We offer free financing for 6 months, and we have a layaway system which you can leave your stuff for 3 months. We repair gold and we buy old gold. Welcome to Baladna Jewelry.
Salamat po.
It's more fun in the Philippines.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. This is Melody Dizon, your Health Matters host. And folks, guess where I'm at? I'm in paradise. Yes, literally we do have paradise on Earth. And currently at Oahu in Hawaii. That's how they say it, Hawaiian people, Hawaii. And staying at Courtyard Marriott. It's such a beautiful and heavenly place. I know that the weather out there is not the greatest, but you know, sometimes you have to unplug. I have to unplug and just come out and find my peace again and my soul and all that. So I know it's the start of the new year. There are a lot of things that maybe you have put on your list to do, to accomplish, and to make. The one thing maybe I want to impart to you is mental health. The importance of mental health. So mental health, as we know, is taking care of yourself first, priority. Prioritize your own happiness, prioritize your own peace. So not that you will be selfish, but there is such thing that we call self-preservation. There are things that we call self-love, not in a selfish way, but in a way that when you overextend your heart or your love or your care for someone, it doesn't do good to you, because then you also get depleted with everything that you got. You can't give what you don't have, is what they always say. So make sure that you keep your stores within, you know, your happiness, your peace, your contentment in life has to be at a certain level at least, otherwise it'll spill over, and anything that spills over, be it good or bad, will translate on how you're going to live your life. We know that there's so many things that's still going on with the Omicron and stuff, and really nobody has a control over that. The only thing that we have a control of is how we deal with things, how we respond to things. So instead of looking at things that are we can complain about, maybe we start looking at things we can be thankful about. Help other people, always extend a helping hand. And again, the primary thing that I really want to drive is your own self-preservation, your self-love. You want to be able to make time for yourself. You want to be able to acknowledge things. You want to be able to accept things as they are, so you can move forward, so you can move on and deal with your life. So those were just my thoughts, coming here and letting myself just soak in the moment and soak in whatever I have to, enjoy. So I was with great people. I was with great company, great location, great weather. Everything was great. And I realized there will always be something that one can complain about. But you know what? Despite everybody else is complaining, there will always be many things to be thankful for. So, folks, if there's anything that I'm so thankful for, it's you, the televiewers. You've been with us for so many years, for the support you've given to Tita V and everybody else's at the Chicago Philippine Reports TV. We truly appreciate it. And I just hope moving forward that we will, continue on just one day at a time, one foot forward, then the next. I guess that's how we're gonna be able to deal with this whole thing. So again, po, this is Melody Dizon. I'm coming from Hawaii, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Bye.